What is going on, everybody? I'm Nick Baldwin. I am your Director of Regional Technology for the LA Coastal and Westside LA region. Today, we are going to talk about how to get your clients off Zillow. Who hates Zillow? Drop in the chat. Who gets frustrated with Zillow? Who gets frustrated when your clients text you listings from Zillow? It's very frustrating, right? Because you've told them time and time again, Zillow doesn't have the accurate information. But they're like, but Zillow says this house is for sale. Meanwhile, it's sold like 6 months ago. So today we're going to talk about the KW consumer platform. Drake says that you tell them it's a consumer toy. It is, it's a toy. It's fun to poke around on Zillow, but we can't take it seriously, right? So if you were on my class a couple months ago for the region, I showed you guys a little bit about the consumer platform. And so I might repeat myself a little bit here as well. So bear with me, but it's good to have a refresher. I'm just going to jump on in here. Okay. And we are going to talk about consumer search sites. We're going to talk about consumer search sites. Okay. They look all the same. They look all the same. All right. All the major consumer platforms for looking at houses have a very similar image. All right. We could see here Compass, Zillow. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would think they were the same site, other than the fact that they have different logos. Homes.com, Realtor.com. They look exactly the same, other than the fact that they have different logos. All right. But there's a reason why they look like this. It's because they have figured out, they have spent the money to figure out how the consumer wants to search for homes. So why not create our Keller Williams websites like this one to do and look the same exact way? If Realtor.com and Zillow and Homes.com are spending that money to figure out how consumers want to search for homes, and they have figured it out, why shouldn't our websites look the same? But it might look the same on the outside, but once you get on the inside, it's a little bit different. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about this. If you were on my last class, I went over this, so it's a good refresher, but I'm not going to go too deep into it. But there was a war raging called the listing war, and that's when we were trying to get all of our listings off of Zillow. And listen, as a realtor community, we failed in that aspect. Okay, so our listings are going to be there whether we like it or not. But the new war is called the data war, and the data war is Keller Williams, Nextdoor, Smarter Agent Mobile, Google, and we're all battling Zillow. And so we all know Keller Williams, but Keller Williams has partnered with Nextdoor, Smarter Agent, and Google to build a really awesome consumer experience. We use Nextdoor neighborhoods on our website so we can narrow down market statistics, not just on a city or a zip code level, but we can narrow them down on a neighborhood level. Smarter Agent Mobile is the company that creates our mobile device. Creates our mobile app, and it gives us access to over 1,000 MLSs across the country. And now our websites are worldwide, and I'll show you how you can look up listings on our website in other countries. And Google, because we use Google Maps, Google Earth, lots of Google integrations like Yelp, which is pretty awesome that we have included on our website, and Zillow doesn't have any of those things. We can search by landmark. So if your clients want to look up a school, or they want to look up a shopping center, or they want to look up, transportation to somewhere, they can just type in that location and find homes in that area. You cannot do that on Zillow. Nextdoor neighborhoods. This is how the maps look on our website. We have Nextdoor neighborhoods with housing information on top of it. All right. So this is some of the really great differentiators of our website the things that we're doing differently that Zillow is not doing and cannot do because we have exclusive partnerships with Google and Nextdoor. So Zillow can't do this even if they wanted to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into, I am going to jump onto my website. And this is what my consumer website looks like. It's very easy to navigate. The consumer doesn't have to think about what to do. They just know what to do because this is a very familiar look to them. Okay. So I can click and search the current location, or I can search a specific area. I'm going to just do a specific zip code. Okay, so I'm originally from New Jersey, Jersey boy, living in Michigan now, although I did live in LA for 5 years in my 20s, so I had a lot of fun, but that's a conversation for another time. I'm going to search for properties near 07003. All right. Now, when I search for properties near 07003, this looks very familiar. Looks very familiar. You got the map with the houses on one side. You got the house listings on the other side. Okay, very familiar, which is great. But watch this. When I zoom in on the map, then you start to see these funny looking blue lines. What are these blue lines? These are neighborhoods. When I zoom in a little bit more, then you start to see the names of these neighborhoods on the map. Now, this is new to the consumer. This is brand new. They don't know what this is until they start clicking. Now, up here on the upper right-hand side, you're going to see a carousel of neighborhoods. And as you hover over them, you'll notice it gets shaded on the map. Okay, and I'm going to go over here. It's pretty cool how that works. Now, watch this. When I click on a neighborhood, I'm going to click on this one. When I click on a neighborhood, watch what happens to the houses for sale around the neighborhood. They just disappear. Now we are super hyper focused on just one little sliver of the world, because your clients know, and you guys know, real estate is more than just a zip code. It's a neighborhood. And 78% of consumers in 78% of consumers in 2021 chose the neighborhood over the house. So that was the most important thing to them, because you can't make concessions on a neighborhood, but you can make concessions on a house. So like if you're looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home and it's not in the neighborhood you want it to be, maybe I'll make that concession. I'll buy the 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom instead. But with neighborhoods, they want to live there for a specific reason. Maybe it's the school, maybe it's access to freeways, transportation, whatever it is. And then let's take a look up here on the upper right-hand side. This is a market snapshot just of this neighborhood, not even of the zip code. So this is what's happening only in this dark shaded area. This is really good data that the consumer really loves to see. It's very hyper local. Again, if you have questions or comments, drop them in the chat and I'll check every so often. And then over here, you're going to see the houses that are for sale in that neighborhood. Okay, so let's click explore the neighborhood. This is going to then take us to a page that your consumer is not used to seeing. They've never seen a page like this. This is a neighborhood page. And we're able to create this page because we have those partnerships with Nextdoor and Google. And there's a lot of data here. Okay, so there's a small little snapshot right here. You've got houses for sale and pending over here. And you've got what locals are saying about living in this area. and then like how walkable it is. So Linda asked, is this how how KW sites will look in the future? Your KW site looks like this now. If you go into your KW site, this is how it looks. This is not like, hey, it's gonna look like this. It looks like this right now. Okay. So let's scroll down. You start to see a market snapshot. You'll see active and pending. If there were recently solds that are disclosed, they would be here. When you scroll down here, you see properties for sale, active, pending, or open houses. So if I click on active, this will show my clients all of the homes that are currently on the market, anything that's pending. And then, you know, you can scroll with the carousel, or any upcoming open houses, of which there are none right now. But if there were, they would be there. Okay. If I scroll down more, you'll see what locals are saying about living here. And we get this data from a data aggregator called precisely.com. Precisely.com. And Precisely collects data. And part of the data, some of the data they collect is what locals say about living in an area, because we all know that we can't say, we get asked the question like, who lives in this neighborhood? We can't answer that question because that's a fair housing violation waiting to happen. But you can tell people what locals say about living there. So they, you know, like to drink wine. They like to go to the movies. They like to read books. They like live music. They like good food. So someone who's thinking about living here can see whether or not this is a neighborhood that they would feel good about living in. We scroll down a little more, we can calculate a commute. If I search for a place, I can calculate a commute, and then it'll tell me how to get there and how far it is from the actual neighborhood. Schools, public and private. Yelp. This is pretty sweet. You can hover over the map and see where the things are in relation to the neighborhood, and you can scroll down here and you can look up restaurants or different highlights that are in the area. And then we've got other neighborhoods that are surrounding it. So this is a neighborhood page. Now, what I can do here is I can follow this neighborhood. If you look up in the upper right-hand corner, if I click follow, oh, then I got to sign in, okay? In order to follow, I have to sign in, and your clients will then see what the benefits are of creating an account. Revisit and receive timely updates on your searches, collaborate with your KW agent, follow neighborhoods, gain access to the world's largest off-market property network through your KW agent. So if I don't have an account, I create one. If I log in, okay, so I'm logged in and I am following this neighborhood. Now check this out. If I go to my feed right here on the upper right-hand corner, if I click feed as a consumer, there's a bunch of things here that I'm going to see. All of my saved searches are here. Takes a second or two for them to load up. But all of my saved searches as a client are here. So every house that I've saved or favorited, okay? But what I want to show you is Neighborhood Pulse. So if I click Neighborhood Pulse, let me find that neighborhood we were just looking at. Here it is. Okay, so these are all the neighborhoods that I'm following. Here's the one I was just showing you. Okay, Broughton Avenue. This is a brand new feature to our websites. It shows us active listings, pending listings, the past 30 days of active listing price, average days on market. Then it shows over here the past 6 months. So in the past 6 months, it's gone from 421. I'll zoom in a little bit. Whoops, I just went to the wrong neighborhood. Let me find that neighborhood again. Okay, so it went from 421 to 446, average price 432. If I scroll down, I'm going to see recent updates or upcoming open houses for that location. When I scroll down here, this is a fun tool. Okay, so you can have your clients compare the past 6 months of market data to the zip code, county, and state, and compare it to the actual neighborhood itself. So as a zip code, the average home price is 492. As a neighborhood, the average home price is 432. When I click on county, this changed to 628. When I click on state, it changed to 700. Okay, so zip code, county, state, and it's accurate with the last 6 months, March to August. And over here, you have square footage changing. So when your client logs in, creates an account, follows a neighborhood, they can play around with the neighborhood pulse, and they can find out how this neighborhood that they're interested in compares to the city and state or zip as a whole. Any questions on that, guys? Any questions? Drop them in the chat. Let me know, but it's a pretty cool feature. It's a pretty cool feature. All right, let's go back to, oh, there looks like there's a question in the chat. Is there a way to use the MLS areas? Cindy, tell me what that means, because every MLS is different. So if you could explain that a little bit in greater detail, that would help. Let me know. So let me show you guys something pretty cool. We have now a global search. We can look anywhere in the world for houses now. Okay, so like if you have clients, not just in other cities or states, but if you have clients in other countries, they should have an account on your site or have your app. Okay, because let's just say I'm looking for a vacation home in Aruba. Now I can look for houses for sale in Aruba. No other home search site on the planet allows you to search globally. None. Zillow, Realtor, Homes, none of them. No other consumer-facing website for homes allows you to search globally. If I want to look for Bermuda, I can now look at homes for sale in Bermuda. If I want to look in Turks and Caicos, I can do that. Did I spell Turks and Caicos wrong? No, I didn't spell it wrong. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. I was just a little too far out. So they're adding more and more countries regularly. Let's see if Turkey. Thought we had Turkey, but maybe we don't. No, you got to just like click around, because we're adding more and more countries as time goes on. So doesn't look like we have Italy yet, but you just got to play around with it. But we do have a global search now, which is pretty cool. Denmark. Let's see, Cindy. Cindy wants me to look up Denmark. Let's see. No Denmark yet. No Denmark yet, but something that can help you is over here on the upper right-hand corner next to where my initials are. You'll see a little globe where it says EN, when you click that, I think we have some of these. This will translate into other languages. So maybe let's try France. No, not yet, but there are more and more. There's no list, but I know we have, I think we have Israel. I could have sworn we had Turkey, Bermuda, Turks and Caicos. Oh, wait a minute. See, there's one, I don't know where that is, but it's growing. It's growing. It's growing. So anyway, hold on, my dog is barking. Loki, enough. Yeah, my dog's name is Loki. As you can tell, I'm a Marvel fan. I don't know if you noticed the comic books behind me. Okay, so let's go into, I want to show you guys something pretty sweet that is called collections. Okay, and collections are a really great way for your clients to collaborate, not just with you, but with their friends and family. Okay, so let's say I want to save this property. Okay, I'm going to heart it. And I want to start a new collection. And we'll call this Homes Nutley. Okay, Homes in Nutley, New Jersey. You can, and they can create collections for anything, like homes with big kitchens, homes with fenced-in yards, homes with hardwood floors. It doesn't matter, right? So I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to, let's save this one. Okay. And let's do one more. Oops. Okay, so now if I go to command as the agent, go to my contacts, and I filter recently active, I can see Nick Baldwin was most recently active a few seconds ago. So I'm going to click on that. And we can see here, look at all the stuff I did just now. All right. So I viewed the Broughton Avenue neighborhood. I looked at this house. I added it to a collection. And you can see that I added up to 3 houses to a collection, which is what this is in real time. Okay. So now I can see that the collection was created. If I'm back on my website as a client and I go to my saved searches and I scroll down to collections, click homes in Nutley, I can then see the homes that I saved. Now, the cool part about this is if I want to, as a consumer, I can invite anybody I want to collaborate with me in this collection. So if I wanted to invite my husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, father, sister, brother, whatever, I can invite them. And what happens when they're invited? They have to create an account to then log in and start viewing the properties with me. And in turn, the agent gets that contact information. So when I click share, if I want to invite somebody, I put their first name, last name, and email address, and then add them. And then they get a invitation to join my collection, and they can add properties to the collection with me. So they can help me find a home in real time. Now, as an agent, I can create collections for my client. So if I go into command and I go to consumer, here is my collections. Okay, so I'm going to click on collections and I can create a collection right up here. And up here, I can click the location. So let's enter the zip code. Beds and baths. Price range. And then square footage and anything else I want to do. Okay. You can choose the type. You can choose the listing status. So let's apply those filters. So now I've got homes here that I can start sending to my client in real time. This is different than a saved search. These are real-time push notifications. So maybe I'm going to do this. Homes to see this weekend. Okay, maybe as the agent, I'm sending my clients a collection of homes that I think they want to see this weekend. All right. So if I zoom in, I can take a look. If I click on the property, it takes me to listings in command where I can look at the photos. Okay, I think my client would like that property. So I can go back here and I can select it. If I want to look at this one, I don't have to go to the MLS to look at it. I can click on photos and I can say, you know what, this is a nice house. I think my client's going to like that. So I'm going to just select, a few of them, and then we're going to create the collection. And then we assign contacts. So then I find my client who's registered from my website, because you can only send collections to people who are currently registered. And I choose the one that I'm going to send it to, and I select and then assign. And when I assign, my client will get an email telling me that a collection has been created for them, and then it shows up in their account for my website and my app. So that's how you send listings through collections and push them to your clients in real time. So it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty. So here's some other ones. So like here, then you can look at the listings that you added. Okay. And you can add more as you want to. Just because a collection's been created doesn't mean you can't add more later. Any questions, guys, on that? One of my favorite features. Let me jump back over to the website because I want to show you how your clients can search a couple of different ways. By school system, okay? You have to know the exact school district name. Okay, so Clarkston Community School District. That's where I live. So here's the school district. Okay, so all the homes in the school district. So you have to know the exact school district. If like I want to look up just Clarkston High School, I can search for properties near Clarkston High School. It takes me to the high school. I can view it on a satellite, which is a lot more fun. So here's the high school. If I zoom out, I can then start to see neighborhoods and homes for sale around the school itself. If I wanted to do Michigan Stadium, this is a fun one. In Ann Arbor, my clients can then they can look at homes for sale around that specific landmark. Cannot do that on Zillow, only on our websites, because Zillow doesn't use Google. We use Google. Zillow uses Apple Maps. So lots of benefits to using our website. And then your clients can save search. If you want to, like, let's say your client tells you that they want to live near Michigan Stadium. If you go into command under contacts, and then recently active, I'm going to do recently. Let's say Nick Baldwin wants to live near Michigan Stadium. I'll create a saved search and I will search by neighborhood or custom, doesn't matter. I think if I do custom, yeah, let's draw on the map. So I'm going to look up Michigan Stadium. Okay, so this is the stadium right here. All right. So if I know that I have a client that wants to live around the stadium, I can then draw. Whoops. Can then draw. So then it will only send them homes in this circle when I click apply. So as I create the search, beds, baths, etc., I can call it homes for sale near Michigan Stadium. I can also do it this way. Find it on map. Actually, I think it only works. Yep. It only works with custom. So yeah, so you have to do custom and then the location, and then you can circle it on a map and send them listings in that specific location if that's where they want to live. They want to live near something specific. So Linda, how would you educate your clients on all these cool features? Seems like I would have to do a Zoom meeting. What I would do is, if you're doing a buyer consultation. Oh, hold on one second. My dog got into something. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Oh, it's okay. I'm back. Just got into something you shouldn't have gotten into. I would just, yeah, the dog's fine. He just was chewing on something that wasn't a toy. Loki, come here. Loki, come. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, he's good. I'm an 80-pound golden doodle. He was only supposed to be 40 pounds. So anyway, yeah. So what I would do is, during a buyer presentation, I would just like kind of show them a couple things. Hey, these are the benefits of using our website over Zillow. Let me show you a couple cool things. You can search by neighborhood. You can search by location. Just kind of show them like 2 or 3 things during a buyer consult that would benefit them. But you know what, though? They're going to figure it out, because other than those cool features, the app works the same as any other home search app. But that's what I would do. I would explain to them 2 or 3 things, or 3 or 4 things during a buyer presentation that they would get that would benefit them. That's what I would do, and show them how much better it is than Zillow. Is what I would do. Any other questions, guys? See, I think I didn't answer Cindy's question. Is there a way to use the MLS areas, the area that MLS use, like West Hollywood, Beverly Hills? My belief, yeah, I think you can. Yeah, let me take a So like if I search for West Hollywood, West Hollywood, California. So you can do that. Search for properties near West Hollywood. Do that too. Does that answer your question? Cindy, let me know. Definitely search by town or city. Let's see. I'm just looking at the questions here. So the next door neighborhoods come from next door. So I don't know what your MLS looks like. So the only thing I can, so then when you zoom in on West Hollywood, so like I typed in West Hollywood and then I zoom in on West Hollywood, then I see the neighborhoods within West Hollywood. So that's how you would narrow that down. So Linda, can you show again how to put us in a school and what neighborhoods apply to that school? So yeah, you have to know the name of a school district. So give me the name of a school district where you guys are. Drop it in the chat. Give me the name of a school district. It's got to be this exact school district name. So for instance, where I am, oh, Pasadena Unified School. Okay, let's try that. So Pasadena Unified School District. Okay, so here's the school district. If I zoom in, I don't think it gives me the neighborhoods for that school district. But if you searched for properties near the Pasadena Unified School District and then zoomed in, then it will give you the neighborhoods. Okay, but if you search the district as a whole, it doesn't. If you do near, then it gives you the neighborhoods. Does that help? Hope that helps. Cool, guys. Well, I hope that this helped out, helped you understand our websites a little bit more. There's lots of new cool features coming down the pipeline in the coming months, but I would suggest play around with your website, search around on it. You know, just play with it as if you were a consumer. Linda, so if I wanted my child to go to a specific school in Pasadena, like John Muir High School, it does not show that. So it does if you search the name of the school. So let me grab the name of the school here. So if I schools, John Muir High School. So here's the high school. Does that help? Does that help? Does that help? Cool. Awesome. I'm glad. So anyway, yeah, so go ahead, play with your app. The app is gonna get a big update in the coming months, but I would definitely play around with what you have now until that happens, and then play around with it again. But yeah, our websites are awesome. Like I said, during a buyer consultation, I would show them 3 or 4 things that would benefit them: neighborhood, school district, you know, things of that nature. And I think that, you know, you'll eventually get people transitioning over because there's a lot of cool features. Cindy says, thank you. You're the best. So helpful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love that you guys were on here. Again, it was recorded, so I'll send out the recording in the next day or so, and hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.